ready for one of the most unique and fun shows on the internet? Well, if you're not ready, why are you here? This is After School with the Awesome Lawsons. You may think you know Cadence and Eli, but now's your chance to really get to know them. The Awesome Lawsons. Finally, something for the whole family. In this crazy world, we need the positive energy. We need the love. And we need to laugh more. And that's what you get here on After School with the Awesome Lawsons.
What is going on, Lawson fans? Another episode here with After School with the Lawsons. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to each and every single one of you moms out there. This won't post till after Mother's Day, but with it being Mother's Day, why not get my mom on here? So I got my mom on here as a special guest today. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hello.
This is Miss Tawnya Wright.
Hello.
And, yep, so she's my mom, and we got...
Yep.
As you know, we started this podcast, and we've been bringing special guests on here, and I'm talking to you, Mom, by the way. So you can look at me. It's awkward if you don't look at me. But, so we've been bringing special guests on here. I've had Dustin on here. I've had Brian. We've had the kids, but with it being Mother's Day, I figured we can do an episode with you.
Oh, awesome.
So let's just start off by telling everybody, you know, since it's Mother's Day and today's about you, how did you feel when you became a mom? Because I was the first.
You were. You made me a mom first.
And then Chelsea.
You made me a mom in 1990.
So I'm 33.
You're about to be 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
June 10th. So, I mean, what would you feel like whenever...
I was young. I was a young
How old were you anyway?
Little
I forget.
girl. Ooh, let me get my calculator out.
So how old are you now?
I'm 56 years old.
And you look great.
And I got 8 grandbabies.
And you look good.
Thank you. Let's see.
I showed a couple people your picture, and they're like, she's 50. You're 58?
No, I'm 56.
Oh, I thought you just said 58.
No, I don't think I did.
I hope not.
I'm 56, about to be 57, though.
Yeah, July
16th.
So how old were you when I was born?
I was 24 years old.
When I was born?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yep.
And where was this at?
You were born in the military hospital in Fort Hood, Texas.
Tell me about that experience.
Army hospital called Darnell Army Hospital.
Darnell.
I don't remember the county. All I know is you and I were
Wasn't it Killeen?
It was Killeen was the town.
Oh, but
the county. And you and I were your dad's Social Security number, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
What's
Lawson.
That mean?
Anytime I went to the doctor for anything, it was Lawson. And then I had to, like, to this day, I still know your father's Social Security number.
You had to use his social.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so it was a nightmare.
At the hospital?
Yes.
Or having me?
Both. Both. We were in labor, you and I, for almost 24 hours, and you did not want to come out. And so the doctors were all out there. I say doctors, the nurses, all the military staff was out there having a pizza party.
Like for real?
Yeah. And me, you, and your dad and Meemaw were, which is your grandmother, stressing out because I'm in all this pain for 23 hours, I think, to be exact. And
they just weren't.
They decided that they were going to take you C-section.
After all that time?
After all that time.
I mean, why didn't they just say, hey, we're just going to do C-section?
I think they were going to kill me. I thought I was going to die because that's just how the military is, the Army hospital. Plus, I was young. I didn't know what was going on, really.
Yeah, because now it's like if you go to the doctor and they even think that you're going to be a C-section, they like go ahead and plan it.
Yeah, go ahead and plan it.
But then
your sister was planned.
Right.
But when it's your first baby, I think they just really don't know. Plus, it's an Army hospital.
Yeah. So
they gave me an epidural. The epidural went straight to my brain and felt like it was going to blow up like a helium balloon. And
so you like felt it travel through your body?
I did. And so I kept yelling out, my head's about to blow up. So they immediately stuck your dad in a broom closet, put him away somewhere, I don't know where he went, and they rushed me to surgery because apparently that epidural went in the wrong spot because I'm 4'0", and it could have done something to you. So they had to do an emergency surgery and knock me out.
It may have done something to me.
I think you're right.
So what was your feel like when obviously you kind of, I mean, I was scared when my first child was here, but like what emotions were you going through? Were you excited? Were you sad? Were you nervous? Take me back.
All the above. I was definitely excited. I was definitely nervous. Mm-hmm. You and your father and I only knew each other for about 6 weeks when we got married. So I didn't know him.
Right. You didn't know what was going to happen.
No. But it was the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
You were a sweet little thing.
And good looking is from what I recall.
Yes. You were a beautiful baby.
Yeah. What was that initial, like when I came out of C-section, like who did I look like more? Did I look like you or did I look more like Dad? Like what did everybody say?
Your dad.
Yeah. I think now it's like.
But your dad and I look a lot alike.
Yeah, that's true.
We both got dark hair. We both got dark eyes. We're both short. So.
I hear you attract people that you attract people that you look like.
Right.
Like whatever you look like, that's what your significant other, some majority of the time looks like. Yeah, because now people say like, they see you and they're like, they don't know you're my mom. And if I'm like, hey, yeah, Tanya's my mom, they're like, oh, I see it now.
It's our side profile. It's that
It's
daggone
that
nose.
Yeah, it's the nose.
It's our nose.
Which it's not like big and pointy.
No, it's
just
like
kinda
a slant sideways. I mean, not sideways.
Sideways?
No, when we stand sideways.
We got that Owen Wilson nose.
When we stand sideways, our nose kind of goes down.
It's almost like we were hit with something.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like smacked in the nose and pushed it down.
But yeah. So how long were you in Texas for after I was born? Or did y'all like come back? Like
I came back with you. You were about 3 months old, but your dad went off to the first Gulf War. So I brought you and me. We traveled back to Kentucky to stay while your dad was at the Gulf War. And that was in 1990, late 1990. And you and I stayed here until your dad came home.
Stayed where?
We stayed with Mim and Papa.
Oh, gotcha.
Your great-grandparents. And then we, you and I stayed upstairs at their house. And then when your dad came back from the war, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and all that stuff, your dad was a tanker. And when he came back, we moved back to Texas and was there for about 2 years.
So did you like Texas?
It was okay.
What was like?
It was a military town, so military town.
Oh, so you stayed on base?
No, we lived in an apartment complex off of base, and I kind of ran the apartments and collected rent money and stuff. Therefore,
you was a boss.
I was a boss back then too.
You a boss now?
Your dad was maintenance. I was collected rent, and with that, we got to rent free.
Oh, that's cool.
And not stay on base.
Yeah, because I'm sure on base, like they're pretty like minimal, especially back then, like concrete walls, or like cinder block walls and stuff like that.
Yes, and we were like in an actual apartment complex.
So it felt more homey.
It came up furnished with furniture and everything back then. Mr. Black, he owned them.
I remember. Yes, I faintly remember that name.
I wished I knew.
I thought that was in Wisconsin or something.
Oh, we've never been to Wisconsin.
So somehow I put Mr. Black in Wisconsin in my brain, but
I don't know. He was the apartment owner
I do
back
Mr.
then,
Black
back in the 90s. Yeah.
I burnt my hand on a grill or something years back. Where was that?
We went to Texas to see him.
And is that where I burnt my hand?
He had a lake. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the lake
house.
Dang, how old was I?
You were probably like 2, but that's the last time I ever saw him.
I still remember that.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, if y'all hear a bunch of kids in the background. We're in the garage, so it sounds like the neighbors are outside playing.
I was going to say, where is that sound coming from? I just kept sitting here thinking, where are they at?
They're not in here, but they're being extremely loud. For some reason, it's picking them up. But
well, you were a sweet baby.
So at what point did y'all move here again?
When your dad got out of the military.
Cool.
So I want to say your sister was born in 93. Chelsea was.
So how was that? Baby number 2, they always say, like Dustin was telling me, baby number 2 is always the hardest.
I think I got lucky. Well, I don't know, because Dustin's got a boy and a girl too. You got a boy and a girl. I had a boy and a girl.
Well, he had the girl first, and then...
Yeah, I had no problems. Now, you spoke for Chelsea all the time. Chelsea didn't want to talk.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think she was ever going to talk. I thought she was going to be mute or something.
So, like, give me an example. Like, this first time ever even hearing of this.
Like, I mean, if she wanted something in
I'd
the
be
kitchen,
like, she wants her
would
juice.
point and she'd be like, and you would say, Mom, she wants juice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like
know
you
that.
and her had, she just wouldn't talk. I'd say, Chelsea, tell me. And she would, and you knew what she wanted.
That's what Leighton wants. Or that's what Leighton does. She'll just point and kind of do her thing. Or she'll go, uh-oh. And usually that means something's on. Or the TV's off. She wants her juice. She's hungry. You know.
Yeah.
She does all that weird stuff.
But you guys had an awesome growing up and an awesome childhood because y'all's birthdays were, 4 days apart.
Yeah, I
so
remember
we
that.
always had, and it was in the summer in June, so we always had big birthday parties for y'all.
Your toes, you're
What about
rubbing
my
your feet
toes?
together and it's making some noise on here.
Sorry.
But yeah, that was some of my favorite times was the birthday parties.
Pool parties, birthday parties.
Yeah.
And I always made sure that y'all had 2 different cakes. You had a boy theme, she had a girl theme.
And we always had like a theme birthday, like luau or
Mexican fiesta.
Yeah, the fiesta.
Yeah.
That was always
At
fun.
the swimming pool. Yeah. Good times.
yeah, those were good times. So, what was some of the hardest times as a parent going through like with us too? You know, like if you could think back, what were some of the hardest times?
Probably just trying to juggle all the things because your dad worked full time. I worked 50 hours a week and then trying to get 2 kids to daycare, try to get myself to work. And we lived from where I worked, we lived about 45 minutes away. So I'd had to get you to daycare, drop y'all off, then get myself to work. So probably just the day-to-day running. Back then, you didn't ask your parents to watch your kids, or you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did it all ourselves.
Right. And yeah, especially like, I mean, we were actively in sports, like either me and Chelsea were always doing something. So, and sometimes, you know, I would be baseball and then she would have gymnastics and, you know,
Yeah, so
sometimes
your
they would
dad-
even cross.
Yeah, so your dad would have you over here, and I would have you, you know, Chelsea over wherever. So, yeah, I mean, it was definitely a struggle sometimes.
What was some of your favorite sports that we played?
Ball.
Why? What's the
Baseball.
reason?
I don't know. It was just exciting.
Yeah.
Even when you were like, I don't even remember, get the Gators. That was probably
Oh, yeah.
the best time.
That was out. I was talking to one of my friends, Adam Hoyt. That was out Browning.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
a
out in
Browning Fire
Browning.
Department or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, so those were some best times. And then definitely when you were little bitty playing the tadpoles soccer.
I remember that.
Those
or the
were some-
Blaze.
Yeah.
I remember the Blaze.
I don't remember the Blaze.
Remember when we got to pick like our own names and I was Ice Pick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dad, instead of us having our last names on our jerseys, Dad was like, "Y'all pick a cool
Yeah.
nickname or something."
Yeah,
and
that's right. I remember
we got
that.
Ice Pick, and we had all the different names.
And you know, like now they don't even paint their helmets anymore. Like y'all had
a lot
y'all's-
of them don't even have their last names on their jersey.
Wow,
Like that's a big thing up
crazy.
north.
Yeah.
And it's like when Cadence went to Bloomfield, the softball team, it was just numbers. Like they didn't have their last
Yeah.
names on it
That's
because
crazy.
I have no idea why, but I would want my kid's name on the jersey so I
Right.
could say good job or,
Right.
you know, everybody would know that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my daughter who hit that home run.
Yeah.
You know?
And I enjoyed being the team mom. Your dad was always the coach, and so I was the team mom.
He did a good job coaching.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He always picked like
But this is about Mother's Day. So I did a good job being the
dugout
team
mom.
Yeah.
you want some bubble gum, Johnny? Here's your bubble gum.
What about them sweet tart suckers?
Oh, those are bomb.
Those were the best.
And they still taste the same to this day.
I know.
They're super good.
And you choked to death.
I know. So fast forward even more. What about like graduation? What?
Wait a
so
minute. Let's back up and let me tell the folks what a good, I don't know what age you call it, but like maybe 6th, 7th, 8th grade, probably more like 5th and 6th, 7th grade. I tell everybody this, that if I would call and say I'm on my way home, I've had a bad day, I've got a bad migraine, and I'd come in and you would have a hot bubble bath run for me. Sometimes a glass of wine.
You had them.
Or
You
a
had them
bottle of
Avon
water.
bubbles.
Yeah, I did the vanilla Avon bubbles, and you would always have my bath water ready. So I always knew right then and there you were going to be a good husband.
And then sometimes I would drop in those little oil balls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Didn't I eat some of those?
You or Chelsea, one of y'all ate
think
some
it
of
was
them.
me.
Yeah, I had to call the poison control.
Yeah. I mean, they look like, so for the for the listeners that are listening, they look like giant Orbeez with like the skin around it, honestly. But it was liquid, like essential
And they were
oils.
pretty colors. They were like
Yeah.
cherry looking or
Yeah,
something.
they look like giant marbles, but inside it they were squishy and they would like dissolve, and then the oils would get in the bathtub.
Yeah.
But I think I done that because of Meemaw, honestly. Because
What, you think you ate them because of me, Mom?
no, I think no, I think that I was that way because of Meemaw, because we would go over there during the the summers and stuff, and she would have me go. Like she always took good care of us. She was like, put lotion on your face, and she would always do our hair.
Yeah.
And, she was always making us. I don't know. I always call it. She would just make you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like I would see the way Mim did with Papaw and how Meemaw did with Mim and Papaw, and
Yeah.
I would used to get wash rags for Meemaw's head and stuff, and
Yeah.
I just carried it over. I just felt like it was like, I don't know. I wanted you to be proud. I think that's.
Well, you
I think
did a good
that's
job.
All, but I'm sure Whitney probably wishes I would do it more, but she gets it every now and again.
Yeah.
but not all.
But
the time.
that was a sweet time. So graduation.
Yeah, we'll jump forward to graduation. So I was the first one in. I was the first one in and the first one out.
Yeah.
So I mean, how did that feel? Like
Sad. I was like, you moved out immediately for some reason. I don't know if you just thought life was bad at home, but
I think that's everybody.
You
like
got
when
the heck out.
I mean, when you turn 18, it's like I want to try it on my own.
Yeah. And as soon as you moved out, I got a dog.
Yeah.
It was like the empty nest syndrome, but I still had one at home. But Miley's still around.
Yeah, she's still here.
Yeah. But yeah, that was sad.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that much longer than Cadence is going to be out. But I'm looking forward to it for real.
I know.
But I
that's
say
right.
that now, but then, when the time comes, you're just
yeah.
like, because then you're worried like,
Whitney's going to be a hot mess.
oh, I know. I mean, they start driving, they start working, and they're getting
Start
home
stressing
late.
out. Yep. Yeah.
And we were just talking about that. Cadence is clumsy. I mean,
Yeah.
she's probably going to
Yeah, but
end
just
up in a ditch.
But just think, like right now, we all have each other on 360. Y'all know where I'm at. I know where y'all are at all the time. We didn't have that.
Right. Yeah, we didn't have
Like,
that.
I didn't
before.
know where y'all were.
Yeah. We just relied on a text.
Yeah. Like a pager.
I didn't have no pager, but I had a razor. I had a
Oh,
razor.
yeah, little flip phones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those were
so
fun.
that was a little stressful.
Yeah, technology's changed. I think for the better. I enjoy Life 360. Sometimes we
Stalk me.
yeah. Hey, you passed our road, but you didn't stop by. Where are you going?
Yeah.
You've done that a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to keep you in line.
Well, what folks don't know is I'm living the single life right now. So,
Yeah, so for anybody of y'all listening,
yeah.
she's on the prowl.
Yes, I'm enjoying single life, and you guys are stressing out and worrying about me watching my 360.
Yeah, where you going? Who you with? How long you going to be there?
Hey, but that's safety.
Yeah.
I know. I always call somebody and say, I'm on a date, and this is where I'm going to be. Keep an eye on me.
Well, we'll pause here for a minute. We always do a segment, and I posted something this morning and said that I was going to have my mom on the podcast today, and we had a ton of fans write questions for you.
Really?
Yeah. So I like to do that on a lot of people's, like if we have a
Awesome.
special guest or whatever, I like to get the fans involved, and they got some questions for you.
Oh, bring it.
And so, yeah, we'll start off with this one. This is from Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears Nasties is this person's name.
All right, Gummy Bear Nasty, I'm going to need you to change that name.
Yeah, what a name. So I guess it says, who gets on your nerves more?
Who? Between you and Chelsea?
I don't know. It just says, who gets on your nerves more? I
Oh,
guess.
geez.
Is there like
They're both alike. The one of them's about to be 33 and the other one's about to be 30, and they need to freaking grow up still. So they're both a lot alike. They both want it their way, and they want it that way right now. There's
right.
There's no
Holding them back.
yeah. There's like no reconciling with them at all. So I'm gonna say they both get on my daggone nerves.
Hannah Taylor 23s wants to know what music is your favorite? Like, what's your favorite music?
Oh shoot! I've been listening to Hannah 23. What'd she say? What did you say her name was?
Oh, I thought you were talking about an artist.
No,
This is Hannah Taylor.
All right, Hannah Taylor. I am 56 years old, and I just sat at my pool today listening to Macklemore. I love me some hip hop. I love me some country. I think I'm all around rounded with all the music.
Yeah.
If it's got a good beat.
Yeah, because you like to dance.
Oh shoot! I can tear it up and drop it. Like
I tell
it's hot.
everybody she's the first one on the dance floor and the last one off.
I am. It's my happy place. Dance floor is definitely my happy place. But I do love me some Pitbull. I love me some Nelly.
She's over here flipping that hair, y'all.
I just recently went and saw Nelly in concert with Ashanti and Ja Rule.
Oh,
if
yeah.
any of y'all know who they are back in the day.
Who did you say? Was it the Yin Yang Twins? You were like,
Yeah.
oh, the Yin Yang Twins was there.
Yeah.
But you didn't know who it was?
Yeah, I didn't. I just knew the song.
Yeah,
I was like, they were really there? Really?
Dustin's like, yeah. They sung this, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I also like me some country, too. I like Chris Stapleton and Morgan Wallen. So, yeah, I'm all around some music.
I think this is Mebcats 03.
Mebcats 03.
Yep. She wants to know, she says, Daniel's mommy, how did you put up with him while he was growing up? Love you all. I'm a big fan.
Oh, how did I put up with him? He's a sweet boy. He really was. Always kept us laughing. He was just a sweet kid. I can't say enough about how sweet of a child that Daniel was. And I guess that had something to do with me and his dad. I don't know. He was just a good kid.
I was raised right, too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my issues, but
He loved him some Barney.
it's Barney's fault I'm this way.
It's all Barney's fault.
Where's Ghostface wants to know, what is your favorite scary movie?
Oh, I don't do scary movies.
I didn't think
life
so.
is scary, so I don't like scary movies, but I mean, I don't know.
What kind of movies do you like?
I like romance or
Of course you do. You like those Lifetime movies, don't you?
Lifetime movies, romance.
The Hallmark Channel?
Yeah, I'm getting a little sick of that because since I'm single nowadays, it's like that's not real anymore.
Do you like reality TV?
I love reality TV. And right now I'm watching Farmer Wants a Wife, so I might need me a farmer. And I love Survivor. I love American Idol. I love,
Speaking of Survivor, that was like...
That was a major deal in
Yeah.
in your life. And WWE.
That's right. I was talking to someone about that yesterday. I'm
Yes.
like, we would...
Sting.
Remember Dustin... not Dustin, my cousin, but the other Dustin, Miss Faye's
Yeah, Dustin
son,
Baxter.
Dustin Baxter would come over, and he's the one that introduced us into
WWE and all that?
well, it was like WCW back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
And like Monday night or
Oh,
Thursday
my
Night
God.
Thunder.
I was in
and,
love with all them wrestlers back then.
Sexy Lexi
Yes. Oh, my
and
God.
Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
Good times.
Those were some good times. But, yeah, definitely Survivor was a major part of our Friday nights watching TV, I think it was back then.
I think Schertzel, I may be pronouncing that wrong, but Schertzel, we'll go with Schertzel 87. She wants to know, have you ever been shocked by him acting like the kids?
There's a few times I've been a little concerned. I can't name exactly which scenario, but
Because you've been out with us a couple times.
I've been out with you when in the beginning filming, and I was almost embarrassed for you because people are just watching and making faces, and it was a little uncomfortable for me at first. But now I'm like, okay, whatever.
But that just goes to show you, like that saying, like dance like no one's watching.
Yeah.
Like just have fun because
Yeah.
I have so much fun doing this. I love just getting in the character and making the kids laugh and making our fans laugh on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. It's like you just don't have to worry about what other people think.
Right.
Because if you did, these moments and these memories and these laughs are just non-existent at that point.
Yeah,
you know?
now I have so many people like I work with, or
You're like, yeah, that's him who dresses like a girl.
your son's awesome Lawson's. I'm like, yeah, and then they want to meet you or FaceTime you, or so. Yeah, I'm pretty proud.
Arian Hatcher wants to know, how do you feel about the YouTube channel and the podcast?
I'm liking the podcast. I really am, and especially when you start the videos and stuff like that, that's going to be pretty cool. I'm not a big podcast person. I'm just now getting into that. So the podcast with you and Eli, I listened to that, and I could not stop laughing. I'm like,
I think that's been our most downloaded episode.
Walking through my business while I'm working with my AirPods on, and I'm cracking up out loud, hanging up stock on the shelves. So, yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
What is your mama's favorite color by Sunshine? Yep.
What's my favorite color?
What's your favorite color is?
I wear a lot of black because it makes me look skinny.
No side-to-side stripes, only up and down,
up
right?
and down. So, but I do like that yellow mustardy color.
You like a lot of the pastels, I think, like a yellow pastel, or an orange, like that shirt, or that orangey pastel color.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like purples that much. I don't like pinks.
No.
Maybe a hot pink.
Nudes. You like nude colors.
Yeah.
Like the earth tones.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm an earthy, tony kind of girl.
Let's see if there's any more. So, did we touch on your age? Jenny wants to know how old you are.
I'm 56 years old, and I don't feel 56. I don't think I look 56, and trying to live my best life right now.
I think that's it for the questions.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, that was a lot.
A lot. Yeah?
Sean, the spy ninja, said, okay. That's it. Thanks, Sean.
Okay.
So, you're currently working.
Yep.
You're how many hours?
I work about 50 to 60 hours a week on my regular job.
So, you say regular job. Mm-hmm. What else you got going on for you?
I got a side gig going on. I am a health and wellness consultant from a company called Bravenly Global.
Tell us about that.
It's just some health and wellness products that make you feel good, helps curb your appetite, helps with inflammation. I started this side gig about 2019. I did it because I felt like whenever I retired from my first job, I worked for Wendy's restaurants for 33 years. That's where you started when you were about 14.
Wiping tables, baby.
Yeah, with the apron hanging down to your feet. And so I retired from there, and it was kind of like my passion. It was kind of like my purpose. So whenever I retired, I felt like I kind of lost my purpose in life. And that's what happens when you get older. And so I saw this girl on Facebook, and she was always happy. And I just wanted to be like her. I just wanted to be happy and think good thoughts all the time. So I reached out to her, started using the products, loved the products, and then met with her for about a couple hours. We just told this story yesterday to a big crowd of people at a convention type thing we had yesterday. And she said we met for 2 hours at Starbucks, and I signed up that night and to be a brand partner under her. And she and the companies have just changed my life just because I feel like it's my purpose again, to help people.
What do you feel? Yeah. What do you feel that it's done for you?
Well, I've definitely lost weight. Yeah. I've definitely gained some self-confidence.
Not in only just the way you look, but I think some self-confidence in speaking to people, making videos,
Yeah.
Because I feel like that forced you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, for real. So yesterday was the first time I ever got on stage and spoke in front of a bunch of people. I was really nervous about that. But just making reels and making TikToks and stuff like that, going live on Facebook, talking about my products. So, yeah, it's opened me up and just kind of gives me a reason sometimes.
Yeah.
When you start getting my age, sometimes you think you've lost your reason.
So how much weight have you lost?
Oh, gosh, maybe 20 pounds, 25
Is weight
pounds.
loss just like a perk? It's not really, the main thing? Or
Yeah, no, weight loss is a perk. This isn't like something that is guaranteed weight loss, but it gives you energy. It curbs your appetite. It doesn't make you want to eat. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it just made me get to the gym. It made me started like looking at my health, all around, and brain fog. There's just so many benefits to the products.
Yeah. What's your favorite product?
The Gold definitely is.
Does it have a flavor?
It tastes like Snickerdoodle. And you mix it with your coffee or a protein shake or whatever, but it helps with inflammation. It helps with arthritis. It helps with restless leg. And the very first thing I noticed was the inflammation or the weight in my face.
Really?
Yeah, like how like when you gain weight in your face. So immediately I lost weight in my face. But I mean, I think it's more than just weight loss. It's just like how you feel.
Right.
About
yourself. And who doesn't want to feel good, right?
Right. You got to feel good. I mean, again, I see people I went to school with that are 56, 57 years old. Mm-hmm. And they look a lot older than that.
Right.
And they don't feel good. And so I go to the gym a lot. I post videos or pictures of me on social media at the gym because I'm trying to inspire women that are 56, 57 years old to get up and just go to the gym.
That's a lot. I mean, we have a wide range of audience too, so this may be something that they would be interested in. So
yeah, Bravenly Global. Reach out.
What could they do to get in touch with you?
Look me up on Facebook.
What we'll do is I'll have you send your link, and I can put it in the description. That way, if they got questions or they're interested in it, we can put your.
You can put my Facebook link in there. My Facebook's public. Anybody can find me.
Tawnya Wright.
Yeah, Tawnya Patton Wright.
Tawnya Patton Wright. Yeah. That's your
maiden name.
Maiden name.
Yeah, but I mean, really, just get up and get moving. You don't have to run. You don't have to be doing the major exercises. Just get up and move. Yeah,
they say, and I like to say too, like your best investment is in yourself. Mm-hmm. You got to feel good. I mean, I'm 32, right?
About to be 33.
Yeah, I'm about to be 33, and like I'm doing something for me. I'm changing this diet. I've already lost a little bit of weight from it, and it's like you just really don't. You don't think about that stuff when you're younger. Mm-mm. And then it's like when I bent down to tie my shoe the other day, I'm just like, I stand up and I'm like, God, these Pop-Tarts got to stop at night. Yeah. It's like you got to figure it out. But the best investment is investing in yourself, whether it's self-care, self-help, health and nutrition.
And consistency is the key, because really what I tell people is all that weight right there in your gut didn't happen overnight. So it ain't going to come off overnight. But people think everything's magical and it's going to come off overnight. Mm-hmm. But it's a change. It's a lifestyle change. And if you're going to use any kind of health and wellness products, no matter what it is, it's not magic.
Right.
You got to be consistent.
Yeah, you got to put in the work.
Yeah. And it can be easy. I don't know. Like, just don't take something for 2 weeks and then contact me and say it doesn't work.
It ain't working for me, man. What am I doing wrong? That's funny.
Yeah.
Do you have people do that?
Yeah.
Like to reach out?
Yeah. I took this for 2 weeks and I haven't seen any kind of results. And the first thing I say
if you eat crappy for 2 weeks, you're not going to see any results either.
No. But also, did that weight come on in just 2 weeks?
Probably not.
No.
That's funny.
I mean, yeah.
I can't believe that.
But people think that. And it's just society and stuff. It's just, so I always say, and if you see a picture, like just go on Pinterest and see what 5 pounds or 1 pound of fat is.
I got you right here. Tune in.
So when somebody says, I've only lost 2 pounds, 2 pounds is a lot.
Of fat, yeah.
Of fat.
Yeah.
It is a huge amount of fat.
Yeah.
So be proud of yourself if you lose 2 pounds.
So if you could go back in time and do anything different as a mom or as a parent, like what is like one thing you could?
Oh my gosh.
That way I have some help as a parent.
Gosh, I mean, literally that's been 30 years ago. So Daniel, I don't think you can come up with the right answer. I would just say enjoy your time that you have. I wish I didn't had to have worked as hard or as much.
Do you feel like you missed stuff? Like
I was lucky enough.
Yeah, because you were involved a lot.
I was involved in everything, but I was also lucky enough to work my way up into management. And at that time, the owners allowed the head managers to be off every weekend, and that's when y'all were busy.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky. But just don't miss out on the small things. It's the small things that matter. And I will tell you, it's probably about 4 years ago, I went to Three Springs Ballpark and was at the playground, I think, with one of the grandkids. And I looked over there at that dugout where y'all played ball, and I started crying because it just seemed like all those memories of being a Gator, just like I could almost hear and see y'all out there playing.
Yeah.
Because those were some of the best times.
Well, even me passing it, like I pass it and I'll look and I'll like, hey, Whitney, that's where I used to play ball. And not much has changed. I mean, maybe the slide colors or something like that. But as far as like the actual structures and like the big building in the center, it's like you go over there and it's just weird. It's like, man, it seems like yesterday I was over here.
Yeah. It goes by very quickly.
It does. And in even living that, me being 32, it went by extremely fast. So if you're young and you're a listener on this podcast, embrace those moments, cherish those times, because
life.
Man, it goes by so quick. I was telling someone the other day, it's like, I wish I could go back and do high school all over again with my confidence and just my personality and just knowing what I know now. But I guess that's what life's all about, is like you live and you learn and then you just make adjustments along the way.
That's like, just me back. I mean, I graduated in 1984, so I know that's decades ago, but I wish I had the confidence back then that I do now.
Right.
Because I was just this little meek high school girl that
baton twirler
in middle school and cheerleader. But I mean, I wasn't real popular. I didn't hang out with the preppy kids. So yeah, I would have done a few things different. I probably would have worked harder in school.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I wasn't too popular either. I was telling somebody I didn't become popular till my senior year in high school, when me and Jordan had that little prep rally band thing and we got to like sing on stage.
Yeah, you shocked all the little girls.
Yeah, and then they were all trying to like talk to me. I'm like, not today. You didn't want nothing to do with me like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
so.
You thought I was a little nerd back then.
Man, I was like, but yeah, we thought we were so cool, which we were cool at the time, I guess. I mean, we were only like the 3 major musicians in the senior class, so it was fun times.
Daniel's always been involved in music.
I love music. Thanks probably Jordan. Jordan has pushed me a lot to like, I want to play better than Jordan, but there's no playing better than him. He's got a gift.
But your music got you through some rough times. We did have some rough times.
Yeah, and I think that's what started playing the music was, and I was telling people about this in the last episode, was like the divorce and stuff like that. Like that led me to kind of keep my mind busy and just, explore music and all the different types. And you got me my first guitar.
I did.
And I did sneak under the bed and see it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm sure. Christmases were always great with you guys.
Yeah, we always made sure you guys had a good Christmas.
Yes, you did a good job.
Yeah, going through the divorce, you hung in there with me at all times. You and Chelsea both.
Well, we were old enough to understand.
It was all 3 of us curled up in the bed.
Was it really? I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Yeah.
In your bed?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like I didn't want to sleep by myself, so y'all all came in, but you both came in there.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you did a great job as a mom, so I want you to know that.
Thank you.
And I love you, and I appreciate everything you did. And you were the rock that held our family together, even through the rough times. And you were a hard worker, and I always, try to strive to impress you. And hopefully I do that. But
you do.
You're a great mom.
Absolutely.
And I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Don't do that. I'm going to cry.
So what is that one thing you stand behind? What is that one thing you live by? Like your favorite quote, before we close out, like what is your golden rule as a person,
I just always want to laugh and smile and have a good time. I definitely say treat people as you would want to be treated. So, and like attracts like. So if you want to hang out with people like you, I mean, you only want to hang out with people like you. Right. I don't know. I've always just tried to have a good time no matter where I go, and try to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Do you think that's got you where you are today?
Now where I got today is I'm all about being the winner.
Right. So
like, give me a challenge and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So throughout my work history, if there was a challenge, I worked hard to get it, whether it was passing an inspection or winning a free drive-through times. No, I was going to be the best.
Yeah.
And I don't know what made me that way.
I just think because I'm the same way. It's like you want to impress somebody. Like there's certain people.
I think I want to be told good job.
And that's what it is. Like I could care less if I do good, but if I do good for you, it makes the world of a difference.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way, and that's why I think it's important that people that work under certain people, or if you're the boss, like you just take that time and say, hey, good job, thanks for working hard, because they could be doing it for you and not themselves.
Right.
I strived on that, man. I would always want to impress the big boss. Like anytime they come in there, anytime you come in there, it's like I wanted y'all to be like, dang, this dude's got his stuff together, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I think we did good. Daniel worked for me ever since he was young, 14 or 15, and then kind of took over my reign at Wendy's and was a store manager, and you were a daggone good store manager.
Yeah, those were some good. I started when I was 14, wiping tables.
Handing orders out the drive-through.
Yeah, but Wendy's started way before that, though.
Yeah.
It's like when we stayed home sick from school, you know.
I had to take you to work.
Yeah,
with me.
we would go to work, and I was talking to Scotty about it the other day. It's like, you remember me like setting up the frosting machines with you and like making sweet tea and stuff? He's like, yeah. And he was like, back then, you know, your kids could pass out food and no one would call the CPS or something.
No.
But you can't do that now.
No, not at all.
But
we had some good times.
Times have
we
changed.
Still got more good times to make.
That's right. Well, thanks for coming on today's podcast. I appreciate it. Guys, this is my mom. I love her to death. Happy Mother's Day to each and every single one of you moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day.
And don't forget, we got merch available over on theawesomelawsons.com. Go pick up your new drip. We got all kinds of cool stuff. You got some merch too, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got T-shirts and a phone case.
And a coffee cup.
And a coffee cup.
Don't forget that.
That's right.
But also check us out over on YouTube. We post new content over there every single week. We probably post 4 to 5 videos a week, guys. So if you're not on YouTube, you're missing out on golden content. We're also available on TikTok and Instagram as well as Facebook. All you got to do is Google The Awesome Lawsons and we'll pop up, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Stay awesome, stay sweet, and we will see you next time.